Good morning, Kyle Medora and his team. I'm George Harris, and today I'd like to present to you in regards to the Ninth Congressional District. So, who is Kyle? Kyle is a hardworking Massachusetts resident who grew up in New Bedford because this is his home. We want to emphasize this. He is aware of everything amazing about the Ninth District, but is also fully aware of the places that need more attention. His passion comes from the fact that this area is a part of who he is, and he will represent this and advocate for his people to the best of his ability because New Bedford is a part of who he is. He puts an emphasis on hard work and plans to do just that for this district. So, a little more about Kyle's background. As previously mentioned, he is from the New Bedford area, which means his views and policies stem from what he has seen and experienced in this area. Therefore, he focuses on issues that directly impact the people he has grown up with. Kyle is running as a Democrat for the House of Representatives to represent Massachusetts District 9, opposing William R. Keaton, who has been a representative since 1887. We believe it is a time for change. To be a better representative, we must understand the people of the Ninth District and their lifestyle. Okay, so now we look at the ninth District and its population. So here we have about 728,000 people, and about 292,000 of that are houses, and majority of the people live in New Bedford and Fall River. Okay, so next we move on to race and ethnicity. As you can see here on this graph, representing the population and all the races. So we have whites leading, meaning that they have the most people that live in the ninth district. Okay, so here we have the household income in the congressional district. As you can see here on the left, that this represents Massachusetts as a whole, and on the right is the ninth district. As you can see, we have about 15.5% in the 95th percentile, 10.8% in the 80th percentile, and 9.2% in the 60th percentile. Okay, so here next we're gonna look at works by race in the ninth district. So as you can see, blue represents male, and then pink represents female. And as you can see, there's a darker shade on like the colors. If you notice that there, the dark representing Massachusetts as a whole, and the light representing the ninth district. And if we go here on the right of this graph, we can see the unemployment by race. And again, the same, the darker portion of the color represents Massachusetts as a whole, and the lighter version represents the 9th Congressional District. Okay, here, so we have the median household income by race. And as you see, you can take a look and you can see the non-Hispanics and white are at the top, meaning that they make the most income. So here we have a graph representing the vote and diverse, and like you see, you can just take a look here. Okay, so now we're gonna look at defining values in the ninth congressional district. So you can see that 58% majority associates with the Democratic Party. The vote, however, they take more conservative views than their fellow Democratic leading groups on a number of issues, including global experiment, views of business, and attitudes on homosexuality and immigrants. Okay, so next we're gonna move on to political attitudes. So most people disapprove of Donald Trump's job performances, despite being more conservative on the Democratic side. Okay, so who they are. The vote and diverse are majority non-white, 3 in 10 are black, 60% are Hispanic, 7% are some other race, or of a mixed race. Just 15% have a college degree, and only about a third are satisfied with their own financial situation. The vote and diverse are the oldest Democratic-oriented typology group. 6% are 50 and older. Okay, so lifestyle notes. About 4 in 10 say they attend religious services at least once a week. The highest share across Democratic leading groups. Just 35% say they have investments in the stock market. They are among the most likely to regularly smoke cigarettes. Okay, so these are some key beliefs of the people of the Ninth Congressional District. So one of our beliefs are our country needs to continue making changes to give blacks equal rights with whites. You can see about 61% of the general public believe this, and the vote and diverse is about 89% for this belief. Okay, another belief would be the government regulation of businesses is necessary to protect the public interest. So you can see about 50% of the general public believe this, and about 38% the vote and diverse believe this as well. And I'm going to just read one more belief to you here. It is necessary to believe in God in order to be moral and have good values. So about 50%, 56% of the general public believe this, and 33% are devout and diverse on this. Okay, so here we're going to take a look at some food stamps data. As you can see that, again, the darker version, you can see a darker line up top represents Massachusetts as a whole, and the lighter version representing the 9th Congressional District. You can see, take a look at some of the characteristics here on the left. Children, if you have children, you're usually going to have food stamps here, about 44% at the top here. And if you take a look over here on the right, we go to food stamps by race. You can see that all races are only about at 11% here, all the way at the bottom. Okay, so here you could take a map of food stamps by county in the 9th District. You can see that the red being the most here. And just give you a little more time, you can just look at here. You can see that all the different percentages of each county. Okay, so we're looking at post-secondary degree here. So you can see people in District 9 are hardworking. Many are laborers and work in construction. There are also many people in healthcare field that are there are a lot of people that have secondary degrees, but there are also many without them as well. Okay, so here we're going to take some look at education by race. Again, blue being male, pink being female, darker shade representing Massachusetts as a whole, lighter shade, Congressional District. Okay, you can see how both are lacking big in education here. Again, so lacking high school diplomas by race, whites being 9.7%, and then 10.9% over here, blacks being 19.8% versus 27.2%. Again, almost all lacking, more so than Massachusetts as a whole. So again, over here on the right, college graduates by race, again, lacking more so than Massachusetts as a whole. Okay, so we're going to talk about Commodore's policies. Okay, so his first policy was on education. He believes that education is the forefront of bettering lives. He pushes for policies that help kids get through school and ensure that they better themselves. He believes in helping subsidize loans to students who are unable to afford college, and that this is a key in getting individuals in the community involved politically. The voting is important, but it is also lacking due to education. Again, here's a graph that I showed you here just recently. Again, that the 9th Congressional District lacking as a whole more than Massachusetts as a whole, and Commodore is here and he's looking to change these numbers. Okay, so another thing, here's another map I showed you recently about post-secondary degree, and just again, Commodore is looking to change just how much people without a secondary degree are just lacking in this 9th Congressional District. Okay, so here's another policy he has is about poverty. So Commodore believes that there should be more money into helping those in poverty. He thinks that minimum wage should stay where it is now that it's at $11, but slowly should go up to around about $13 an hour. He knows that $11 is unlivable, especially with children. This is an issue that directly impacts the 9th Congressional District mentioned before. Here we have another graph of food stamps data. This graph shows the amount of people receiving food stamps based on characteristics and race. The highest being disability, followed by poverty. And on the next graph, you can see the specific race in Hispanics and Black at about 33% for both. Again, this is just another map. It shows it by area on this map. So red being the highest, which is in the New Bedford area, and white being the lowest in the Nantucket area. Okay, so his third policy would be on addiction. Commodore believes in helping those who are struggling with addiction, with the mindset that addiction is a disease as well as a epidemic in New England, especially in Massachusetts area. Kyle believes that there should be a far better help when it comes to addiction. With this, he has two particular cities in mind, those in New Bedford and Fall River. Medora wants to plan and set up rehabilitation clinics for those in need, focusing on the mentioned locations in particular. This comes in conclusion here. We are looking to push overall voting, improving the education system, controlling poverty, and readjusting addiction, and how it's handled within the area. And Kyle plans to do so by representing the 9th Congressional District to a degree it deserves. Thank you.